Alright, YouTube, bikes, fishing, and more here. So, got a Honda cb125s, and when I got it, we'll just leave it as it was a cluster mess of motor that was disassembled, that was reassembled wrong, that had a cam that failed the lobes, and the bearings were shot at the top end, and I was going to try to put a different motor in. And then I was going to put this motor in right here, got it all together. It just doesn't want to run. I tried a few different things. And honestly, with the point system, I just kind of gave up earlier than I probably should have. But it's got stupidly high compression for some reason. I probably have to put either a different piston in or something along those lines that has a little more clearance so I have less compression. But that's a project for another day. I want this bike up and running for this year. So, you might have seen that this motor is for sale online. It's a Zongshen. It's a 4-valve. It supposedly pushes out 29 horsepower. And the question that a lot of people are going to have is, will it fit, right? So, giving you guys a good perspective on what we got for bolts and patterns here. So, down here, this bolt here, this cross member, I sadly had to cut. Just because when the frame meets the motor here, it actually does butt against it a little bit. So, I had to cut the center out here, but realistically, you're pinching here, and you're going to be pinching here, and you have a pinch point that is in the frame itself here. So I'm not super worried about rigidity. It should be fine, especially if you actually got it really pinched down good and tight and you got good sized bolts in there. It shouldn't go anywhere. Front mounts, literally match right up. No problem at all. Clearance, it's barely, but it's there. So in this particular bike, it fits. Dimensionally, you guys are going to be wondering what that is. We can use the exact same mounts that are on this motor, so I can show you exactly what it is. We are at 3.5. Bottom one is also 3.5. Let's see here. Center to center, it's going to be roughly 6.5. Front ones are 3. If I can get that lip, there we go. And like I said, it bolts right in. The other thing you're going to wonder, is the chain going to line up? So, kind of hard to see, but that sprocket's right there. And if I get the sprocket just right, you can see it is up there and it does line up. So, you can see that the sprocket's sitting right here. Chain, it will lip over this. I mean, obviously I got the case in the way right now, but it will lip over that and it will line up. So everything is offset actually perfectly to do a Honda swap. And this is actually a 300cc. So I'm going from 125 at 12 horsepower roughly to a 29 on a good day. Let's face it, it'll be probably 24, 25. But everything so far is bolting up pretty good. I don't know if the exhaust is going to match up. I do have just enough clearance past the pipe that I think I will just barely brush past it. And intake-wise, I may have to do a little bit of an adjustment to come up and out this way a little bit more, because I think this head is flatter here than it is on the other motor. If you look at the other motor, she angles out slightly, so that's going to be a little bit of a bear. But regardless, they make shim kits and all sorts of crap for carbs this size. Shouldn't be too hard to necessarily get something to fit on there. Wiring, this is the one cool thing. This clip here that came on the motor is going to go in to my main harness. It will clip right in. This is a 1980, and you can clip it straight in. Will I have to move some wiring around for a different code? Yes. I'll have to repin it, but the fact that I can actually still have a sealed connection and just kind of clip this in and go, it's going to be awesome. So I will give you guys an update as soon as I get further along here. Obviously, this bike was a 6 volt, so it's going to have to go to a 12 volt system on the motor itself. So coil has to get changed, relay has to get changed, bulbs have to get changed. Wiring doesn't, because it's just carrying current. You should be fine. Especially at the gauge that it is, it shouldn't have to have any wiring changed. Even toggle switches, none of those should have a problem at all. The only thing that may need a little bit of adjustment would be the horn. I'll get an aftermarket one for that. But yeah, realistically, it shouldn't be actually be too many things that have to change. Voltage regulator. I mean, I'm going to be having a starter on this versus not having a starter before. So I may have to add a button up there, but it's the biggest thing people are going to wonder, though, is does it fit? And yes, it does. It actually fits very well. So You can put your bolts in down there, put your bolts in there, and the rest of it, as you guys know, you'll just fab up. So whether you got to do your electrical, get your chain hooked up, all that good stuff. I think I have just enough room too, where on this particular model, I think I can pop the valve cover off yet. So, because this little bar here is loose. So I have actually that much room. So I think she'll just pop up and over. So I can always adjust my valves too if I need to. And let's face it, if I really had to, take the bottom bolt, you can release that one, take the front forward, drop it forward a little bit, and I can get it off then. So it's not horrible. But yeah, that's where things are at. I'll post again as soon as I got a little more progress done on it, so you guys can ask me questions or things like that as we go along. But this is where she's at. Cheers. Good luck.